The city pulsed with ambition and steel. In a glass tower above it all, Julian lived a life of curated perfection, marble floors, endless city lights, and a social feed overflowing with success. Down at the tower's entrance sat Lazarus, invisible to the world. People hurried past, never seeing the weariness in his eyes. Every day, Julian strode past him, dressed in suits worth more than Lazarus would see in a year. Two worlds, separated by glass and indifference, one in the sky, one on the ground. A gate stood between them, not of steel, but of the human heart. The city moved on, blind to the man at its gate. Both men occupied the same patch of earth, but lived in different universes. The story of two men, and the gate between them, had only just begun. Julian's penthouse was a stage for endless parties, laughter, champagne, and dazzling smiles. He thrived on attention, collecting experiences and people. Meals were art, every dish posted online. Yet beneath the luxury, a deeper hunger gnawed at him, a void no feast could fill. Charity was a transaction, not a calling. The man at his gate, Lazarus, was too real, too close to acknowledge. Julian chose blindness, cocooned in his bubble. He saw his riches as a fortress. But true treasure is found in kindness and seeing another's pain. Julian was rich in things, but poor in what mattered most. The famine in his heart grew, unnoticed amid the plenty. While Julian feasted, Lazarus starved. The scent of food drifted down, a cruel reminder of what he'd never taste. He longed for crumbs, dreamed of a simple meal, but his hunger remained. His only comfort came from stray dogs, creatures shunned by others, yet offering him warmth and companionship. They licked his wounds, showing more compassion than any passerby. Days blurred together. Lazarus became a fixture, ignored by all. He was the silent question at the city's gate. Will you see the one before you? Most answered with indifference, hurrying past. Sickness took hold, sores worsened, a cough rattled in his chest. There was no doctor, no medicine, no relief. He was dying in plain sight in a city proud of its progress. For people like Julian there was care and comfort. For Lazarus, only the cold pavement and the long, lonely wait. The end drew near, certain and unseen. The city never paused. One day Lazarus's wait ended, his last breath lost in the city's noise. An ambulance came quietly and the pavement was cleared. The world seemed tidier, the stain at the entrance gone. Lazarus was carried by angels to peace. Not long after, death came for Julian, sudden, dramatic in a boardroom. Doctors rushed, machines whirred, but money could not buy more time. Julian's death made headlines, tributes poured in, but he was not carried by angels. He awoke in a place of torment, alone and desperate. Across a great chasm, he saw Lazarus in comfort and light. The man he'd ignored was now at peace. Julian, the king, was now the beggar. Earthly currencies were worthless, only the soul remained. Julian's friends, followers, and fortune were gone. All that remained was regret, a fire more painful than any flame. The gate he'd refused to open had become an uncrossable chasm. The great reversal was complete. The man who had everything now had nothing. The man who had nothing now had everything. The lesson was clear, but for Julian it was too late. From his torment, Julian cried out, begging for relief from Lazarus. The irony was bitter. The man who denied crumbs now begged for a drop of water. Even in agony, he saw Lazarus as a servant. A gentle voice replied, "In life you had your good things, Lazarus, only pain. Now he is comforted and you are in agony." The chasm between them was fixed. No crossing, no second chances. Desperate, Julian pleaded for his family to be warned. "Send Lazarus to them," he begged, so they might change. But the answer was final. If they do not listen to the truth already given, they will not be convinced even by a miracle. The message was clear. We have all we need to choose compassion. The Lazaruses are at our gates, waiting to be seen. We don't need a ghost. We need open eyes and willing hearts. The choice is ours now. Will we see the one at our gate, or walk by, leaving a chasm that may never be crossed? The story ends, but the question remains. What will you do with the gate before you?